Okay, fellas. So, in the latest update, I added sloops and caravels, and today I'm going to show you how to build them. What you're going to need is your wood of choice, because the craft has to be at least 25% wood, and I will add a list of allowed blocks somewhere in the Discord that you can view. What you'll need is a sign, again, whatever your choice, and that's good for now. Just start with that. So now you need to build up your ship. If you're building a sloop, the minimum is 10 blocks, the maximum is 500 blocks. If you're building up a caravel, the minimum is 500 blocks, and the maximum is 1200 blocks. Okay, so if you would forgive my shipbuilding skills, now we have a little sloop right here. And it's built, it should work, but now how do you make it work? Well, go to wherever you're going to pilot your ship from, put down a sign that says sloop. And this will be your pilot sign. So if you right click it, you see the ship is size 116, so 116 blocks. And to release, when you're on your craft, if you leave your craft, see it says you've left your craft, you won't, the ship will automatically release if you're gone too long, and you can't break any blocks. So what you want to do is type /release. Alternatively, you can place down a sign that says release. So you have your pilot sign and your release sign. Some other signs you can place down include the cruise sign, and you want to move this somewhere more central actually, the helm sign. Remember to put it in square brackets. See, it becomes a wheel, and that's how you rotate your ship. But you will notice if we pilot out a little bit, use the stick to pilot. So when you're on your sloop, and then you click, 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 or hold it down. You can go on diagonals, you can go on either axis, but you'll notice when you rotate your ship, because of a current bug in Movecraft, it also rotates all the signs. Or it doesn't rotate the signs. It moves them, but it doesn't rotate them. And that's why I don't recommend the cruise sign, because it'll cruise in whatever direction. So if you turn it on, it's gonna, well, I don't know why it's not working right now, but it'll cruise over there because the sign's facing over there instead of forward. So I don't recommend that sign. I recommend you just, oh, I'm a smart one. I recommend you just stick to, if you want to cruise, type /cruise, and then that'll do that. And the difference with cruising is, see, when you're piloting your ship normally, you go in increments of 1 block. Cruise, however, jumps you. It jumps you forward a set amount of blocks. And that depends by ship. I can configure that, but that's what that does. So yeah, type /cruise and type it again to stop it. And most of these commands, I don't know if /rotate. Yes, you can rotate in whatever direction, left or right. Rotate left, see? Or you can't activate your sloop remotely, but you can release most other things. Additional things will include speed sign and status sign, which I will attempt to demo if we want to go in this direction. Let's see. Well, this ship does not take fuel. Other more industrial ships in the future will take fuel, but wooden crafts do not. And the speed sign is pretty self-explanatory. It explains, how fast your ship can move. Okay, now that we're done with our little sloop, I think I'm going to move on to the caravel, which I already built an example of over here. Now, the caravel functions relatively similarly, except, you put on the sign caravel instead. Difference between the sloop and the caravel is that the caravel can be, a lot larger. It's 500 to 1200 blocks, whereas the sloop is 10 to 500 blocks. It has increased combat capabilities, which we haven't got into yet. I'll probably make a separate video on that. The sloop can only use basic classic cannons, however this ship can use iron cannons. And it goes about as fast as the sloop. The sloop is meant to be a small, maneuverable, quick ship. This ship goes about as fast, but it is at the cost that it doesn't have as much storage space as other similar ships of this weight class. If you try to place 5 chests, you'll see it doesn't let you pilot your caravel because there's too many chests. Historically, caravels were lightweight, quick ships, but one of the downsides, especially when it came to trading in Asia, and China especially, was that they could not carry much cargo, and this ship reflects that. You can only carry 2 double chests, which is the same cargo limit as the sloop, actually. So, the caravel is effectively just a larger, more defendable sloop. And once again, I'm going to set up my signs. Helm. Set up release over here, and that's all you really need. And then if we the ship, see it's size 517, and then we can go off. I want to make a quick point. The wheel might not be very good for Pocket Edition players because if you left click it, it turns left. If you right click it, it turns right. And I don't think they can do that, so that's the problem with that. And this should be a good cover on the basics related to ships. There's more intricacies with each ship, but this will enable people to build their first ships and get it going. And I recommend watching the second video, which will be about cannons. Thank you, fellas.